Sundogs over the greenhouse. That one to the right there really bright. Welcome back to Life in the Outskirts. I've been preoccupied lately dealing with a lot of winter weather. Lots of cold, lots of blowing snow, and a lot of shoveling. I never seem to be able to get very far from a shovel around here. And this video will be a little update of what's going on and how the greenhouse is coming along. The groundhog is saying we're only going to have 6 more weeks of winter. And if that was true for around here, everyone would love it, because we usually have at least 2 to 3 more months of winter. But I have seen the middle of March, where it has gotten pretty nice before. I think we hit the high temperature for today. It's just about noon. And we're still at about 6 below Fahrenheit. We got the Celsius scale there too. Sounds a little worse. That'd be about negative 22. I guess about negative 40 the equal out. But we're having a bit of wind today yet, and the wind chill is probably about 20 to 30 below right now. I had to put a thermometer there because the one I had on the solar shed blew off. We had a pretty good wind yesterday, and they just blow off and break, and we got some pretty good drifts now too. We haven't gotten a whole lot of snow in January. Most of this snow I've seen piled up around here has been mostly blown around stuff. I had to plow up. Keeps filling in, and I gotta keep shoveling and plowing it out. These drifts can get really hard. I almost need a dirt shovel to shovel them out. I don't know how many times I shoveled this out this year. I'll have to kind of chop it up and break it out to get it out of there. I'll just throw it off to the side and push it off with a skid steer at a later date. I usually don't like to start stuff up when it's this cold if I don't have to. And most of the driveway is blown clear. I gotta dig out this solar shed too to get through the door so I can get some tools in there out of the greenhouse just so I can store them. Pretty much done inside the greenhouse. I need to make some room and start planting some beds for planting, and I'll be working on a wood heating boiler system in there too. But I'll need to get this thing dug out too. Some of that's too hard to dig with this shovel, but I can get in there now. We had quite a bit of wind yesterday, but in the open country, like on the North Dakota-Minnesota border, they get a lot more wind. They even had blizzard conditions yesterday just from the wind. I had to close the interstate, but we still got some wind coming out of the northwest. And then tonight it's supposed to drop way down again in temperature. We'll see what happens. But I'll get some stuff out of the greenhouse now and store it in there, and I'll take a little video clip down there to show the progress of what's going on down there. With a few clouds, but it's a nice sunny day, so I'll take a quick look at the solar and see what's going on there. Sometimes when it's cool like this, or cold, it gets out pretty good. It puts out pretty good. Yeah, it looks like in about 1800 watts right now. I don't remember what the reading was the last time I took a look, but it's about 5,819 kilowatt hours. Anyway, we'll go down to the greenhouse now. Well, like I said before, it's still below zero. It's like 6 or 4 degrees or something like that below zero. But when it's sunny like this, I've noticed that the greenhouse jumps up pretty good in temperature. Still a lot of moisture down here. That's why I keep a fan running all the time. And you can see how damp that far corner is down there. I got the bottom portion of this wall a darker color now to absorb that solar radiation as it comes in and help warm things up. And it doesn't make a difference. You can feel it when you just touch the block. But I still have to whitewash this lower part of the south wall, but there's quite a bit of moisture in here. I wanted to wait a little bit. I haven't had a fire in here for about a week now. Taking a look at the temperature in here, it's just about 60 degrees. I guess you can see that one. It's kind of dark, showing up kind of dark. It's just about 60 degrees in here, and that's just from the sun shining in. I haven't had a fire in here, like I said, for like about a week here. And I ended up breaking this window, the glass on the upper sash of this window. I ended up breaking when I was putting my chimney pipe out there, so I guess I'll have to replace that. I think I'll wait till a little bit. Good thing it was just a cheap window. I suppose that sash is probably $40 or $50, but I'll wait on that a little bit. Otherwise, this greenhouse is pretty much ready to go for getting some plants started for spring. I got the little hatchway built in there. I can feel a temperature difference in between the dark part of the wall and the light part. Ground level is about right here, so it's making a little difference. It'll be interesting to see exactly how this heats like next winter. I've been pretty busy this month just dealing with winter, it seems like. It takes quite a bit of effort just to keep up with stuff, keep things heated. My next project will be building a rocket boiler stove for in here so I can heat up water and run it through the PEX tubing that I got buried under the ground in here. So it'll be kind of interesting. I'm still designing it yet and sourcing parts, and I'll put that together. I probably won't get it all completed probably till later in the year when I get warmer weather and I get a hole through the roof to get a real chimney up. Right now the snow is actually drifted right over the top of the roof, and I don't want to mess with that during the winter time. So that'll be a little bit later. But I can get that rocket stove boiler built and see how it's going to work before I actually install it. So that'll be my next project. That's another cold one. About 35, 36 below zero Fahrenheit. Celsius is pretty close to the same thing. I think I should try that throwing the boiling water into the cold air thing and see what happens. I guess that's kind of cool. Having fun at 36 below. That's about 110 degrees colder out here than it is sitting in the chair by the fireplace.